This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic. And we are back for another edition of the Rick and Johnny podcast right here on Most Valuable Podcast, your one-stop shop for gaming, entertainment, superhero. Basically, we nerd out for about an hour, sometimes more than an hour.
Sometimes.
We just basically have a big old nerd fest, and we enjoy having you guys in for the discussion and the nerd fest as well. Got some big topics today, talking about Hero 27 is here. Let's be honest, I completely forgot that a Hero 27 was coming. Like, I don't know if it's because right now my gaming world has been rocked and shook and controlled by Monster Hunter World. Like,
true. That's
all I've been involved with since it came out.
That's what you've been telling me, yeah.
I got to give Overwatch some love. I got to go back to it one day. I think I missed the Lunar event. Is that still going on?
Yeah,
Did I completely miss it?
It's getting down to the tail end of it, though.
Okay,
so you better get your loot boxes.
I got to get on there to get that loot box.
I got the new Pharah skin.
Yes. I need to get
I got it
the one I want is the Genji skin. So I got
that one too, actually. I've got
I just got to see if I can get them.
I've got like everything except for the old Reinhardt one.
Yes.
I'm not really caring about the May because I don't play May.
That's the one where he has the
arced,
it's like a
arced blade.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either. That's why I'm trying to describe it. And to audio listeners, I'm just like moving my finger back and forth
in a crescent shape.
But we're talking about Brigitte. I just learned how to say it, and then I forgot it. It's going to be an interesting one for Brigitte.
Something like that.
Talking about her, our first impressions. Then we're going to move into an entire DC show. Flashpoint gets its directors. Going to talk about that. We kind of have an idea maybe of who could be playing. We know Cheetah's coming for Wonder Woman 2.
We have speculations
who will be playing her, because right now they're saying Kristen Wiig. However, nothing is set in stone. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. Before we get into it, though, a little bit of housekeeping. I'll make this short. #1, patreon.com/Most Valuable Podcast. $10, you get to join a podcast. $1, you get a exclusive podcast from us. Helps support the show. Second, store link in the description. You want one of these MVP t-shirts, go ahead and click on that link. Third off, if you're on iTunes, go and give the Rick and Johnny podcast a 5-star rating. And last but not least, go ahead and bookmark mostvaluablepodcast.com. That's your one-stop shop for everything that MVP puts out each and every day. See the P there? I already went into put. So MV put. MV
see,
puts.
We're redoing everything.
Yeah, we're redoing. It's MV puts. That's what we're calling it. MVputs.com. But no, MVP. That's what we put out each and every day.
Be careful, because that could get bad.
Yeah, it could get really bad real quick.
Slippery slope.
But Johnny, what we're going to talk about is Overwatch. We're talking about Hero 27. Haven't done one of these in a while.
No, we haven't. Well, not since Moira.
Not since Moira. We have now Brigitte. And just to go over really quick before we go into everything and I kick it to you, let me just put out what she's going to be. So she's going to be a 1-star difficulty, meaning she should be easy to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
She's going to be a support character, and what she'll have is #1.
Actually, she's a tank with support qualities.
Well, she's under the support category.
Really? I thought she was under the tank category.
I'm looking right now at and it should be on the screen. I'm going to put that up of the layout in front of you, and it says support. So she is technically a support character with tank qualities, I would say. She's got her rocket flail, which goes out in front, and she can hit people with it. She's going to have her ultimate of rally, which she'll be able to move faster and provide armor for nearby allies. She'll have her repair pack that heals allies, and any healing over the maximum health provides armor to whoever she throws it on. She's going to have her whip shot, which launches the flail forward to knock an enemy away from you. She'll have her shield barrier, which she'll be able to put out and put right in front of her. It'll only be the width of her, though. And then she'll have her shield bash, which is it's available when barrier. Shield is deployed, dash forward and knock back and stun an enemy. And then she'll have her passive of Inspire, which is striking enemies with your flail, heals nearby allies. So, Johnny, what do you think of Brigitte now that we have her?
Well, that's weird that it's saying that she's being considered support, because what I was watching a bunch of gameplay as soon as she came out, because I want to know what I'm getting into when I try her out, because obviously I'm going to try her out as soon as she comes out, because what I was hearing is she is majority tank with support qualities, because you have the high life. I mean, more like around, I think it's around Arisa's, whereas she's a 400. She's in that lower range of tank life.
Yeah,
that's because she got tank. She's can self heal, and it's, I would think, in a sense. With because she sends out an aura to the rest of her teammates. As long as she's doing damage,
I would say,
as long as she's doing damage, she's kind of healing her teammates.
The reason why she's more support, and like even I'm looking at people playing PTR and she's under the support category.
Yeah,
is you're not gonna pick her for, oh, we need another tank. You're gonna pick her because of what she can provide you with. What she has healing. Like, the armor pack, from what I hear, is supposed to be kind of like how Zenyatta has his orb.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like,
over time.
Not just that, I can throw it on you.
Yeah.
So you'll be ahead, it'll come up, hit the button, boom, I throw that armor pack to you.
Yeah, it's even got
armor pack or heal, depending on how low you are.
Yeah, and what it's supposed to be like Zenyatta's, where it's got that little hitbox-ish type thing where it pops up if the teammate's by, you throw it on them. Yeah, no, but the gameplay I've been watching on a few people, one or two of them actually described it as you play her more as a tank with support qualities, kind of like Moira. And one of the guys I know, we both know, we call him Drac. He's a support flex, honestly, as he's become more of a support flex over this time. He plays a lot of Moira now that the Mercy nerfs have happened. Or buffs. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, buff
nerfs.
Nerfs.
It is nerfs. I'm flipping around.
Stopped playing him. If they were buffs, he'd be playing more.
Yeah, he plays a little bit less Mercy because obviously you're just gonna get yourself killed. Yeah. So he plays more Moira, and he still played her as a support, but obviously Moira can DPS.
Yeah, and that's how I think Brigitte is going to be. Where I think what you were saying, flip them. Not she's a tank with support qualities. She's a support with tank qualities, because here's the thing. If I need a tank and I need something just for tank purposes, you're not going to pick Brigitte. What you're going to do is, hey, we need a healer, or hey, we would like a healer early on. And the thing that'll be interesting with her is because she will have those tank-like qualities, like with the just being able to do things, and with the Inspire and the Rally, she's a support character to where, as Zenyatta's on the outside going tink, 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 you've got Mercy kind of flying in between people to where it's like, I'm a squishy, I don't want to get hit. To where Brigitte has that thing to where she's the brute force of the support cast, where I'm going to be in the thick of things, in the fight with you, but I'm a support character. I'm healing you guys with every hit that I throw. I'm going to throw out an armor pack here. I've got my shield where, yeah, it only covers me, but if you get right behind me,
that will actually work.
It will guard you. And then, more importantly, her rally, which not only makes her move faster, it'll provide armor to everyone around her.
No, the only reason I'm still going to make this argument to me is because what I was saying is the people that have played it have actually stated it's better to use her as a tank with support qualities, because she is more of a tank than anything. Yes, she heals people around her, but only if you're damaging enemies.
And that's the thing.
Like, if you're not damaging enemies, you're not healing people around you.
And that's the thing. She's not going to be Mercy.
No,
like Mercy's the true healer.
Yeah,
she's not going to be Mercy.
Not going to be Lucio.
Not going to be, like, maybe it might be similar to like an Ana. Maybe, now that I think about that, because Ana can do damage, but Ana also, hey, I'm going to shoot my teammate and heal him.
It's sort of like combo. If you're gonna just talk supports, it's kind of like Lucio and Zenyatta. Throw heals on people. You can do damage as well.
Zenyatta too, because Zenyatta does good damage.
Lucio, you got that ring of everything happening. So if you're in that radius, you're being healed or you're being boosted. And then
point is, she's going to be in the thick of things.
She is.
She's not one that's going to sit outside and then heal people. It's, hey, I'm actually in the battle healing you. While I'm
You're not staying in the back line, just healing everyone. Now, the one thing I've told the other two I play with, I'm more of, and I'm becoming more and more of it. I'm becoming the tank flex with a little bit of DPS in there. And so, out of my top 5, 3 of them are tanks.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna use her as I told them as a combo of Diva and Reinhardt.
Yeah.
For now. And obviously, I'm going to work and make sure I'm doing throwing the armor out because I've been doing some Torb as well. Mm-hmm. Don't shame me for that, please. I beg you. I've been doing. It was mostly for the capture the flag one. Everyone else is running out.
Because they recently made changes to that too.
Yeah, they did. There's in the arcade version, there's capture the flag, but it's only the new map Ataya or something. I don't remember 100% how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But while everyone's out there, I put up a Torbjorn turret or I play Symmetra and I throw a bunch of little turrets around and protect that flag.
And the thing that I'm looking at right now that I wanted to bring up was her health.
Yes.
Because right now I'm looking online, and the only thing we can go off of is for her what she has on the hit points. And on the screen, when you play her, it says 250, but about 2 bars of that 250 is armor. So the thing you got to also look at, too, is let's say you're going to play her like you said. Hey, I'm a tank with healing qualities. The thing that's going to go into that is she going to have the most hit points of a tank? No, she's not. Because you look at it where I'm going to go down the tanks. Diva has about 400 with 200 armor. That's 600 total. You have Orisa has 200 base with 200 armor. So 400 total. Reinhardt has 500 total with 200 of that being armor. Roadhog just has 600 straight. Winston is 500 with 100 of that being armor, and then Zarya has 400 with 200 of that being a shield. So if you look at Brigitte, she's got the lowest total of the tanks, and part of that 250 is armor. So her regular health pool is going to be much lower than...
Oh, yeah, definitely. But what comes into play in that is if that aura also has self-heal, which I have to look into that and see if
You're
it does.
talking about the passive ability
of ability of Inspire, yeah.
Yeah.
If that...
Because all we have is striking enemies with your flail heals nearby allies.
Yes, if it also heals yourself, kind of like Lucio's. Where he's got, the aura doesn't heal just everyone else, it also heals you.
Yeah.
If it does it to her, then that's where that comes back in. It's like, it just... You're doing damage, it's healing you back up.
And I wonder if, and just for I should have said this at the beginning, sake of argument, both you and I have not been able to play her.
No, because of the PTR.
Because we're console gamers. You're on Xbox, I'm on PlayStation. So we won't be able to play her until she basically goes live. I get PC Master Race, but I love my PlayStation 4. The thing that I wonder is if, hey, you know, we're not going to let that Inspire heal you or heal you as much, because you have the shield.
Yeah,
you can throw down the shield and that helps you.
Oh, then
or if they'll eventually change it with changes down the road of like, hey, you know what? We need to have this heal her a bit. We don't need to have this healer.
Because I mean, I was reading one, and again, I have to actually read through the article. This is like right before we started the show.
Yeah,
nerfs already on the PTR for her. I'm like, they're already nerfing her. I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, it's quick, but that's what it's for, right?
I rather have, because that's what you said. That's exactly what the PTR is for.
Yeah.
And I like how Jeff and company have gotten smarter with things.
Yes.
Because you go back to, and this was before you were in the game, Johnny, when you go back to Ana, when she was announced the first new hero, just threw her. I think they might have put her on the PTR a little bit, but for the most part, threw her right into action. Everything. And it's like playing competitive, everyone wanted to play her. And every match, everyone wanted to play the new character. Whereas now they've gotten smarter. Not just are they on the PTR first for a while. It's, hey, we're going to throw her into the game, but you can't play her in competitive at first. We're going to then let people
get used to
playing her off of competitive, and then move her into competitive.
I mean, with that too, figuring out how to counter her when she's new. Because you have to figure out how to counter characters when they new. Like Moira, I'm still trying to figure out some things. I know that I'm a Diva main, as of now at least. I'm a Diva main, and I found out I can swallow the balls.
Yeah.
That's a bad way to put that.
You can swallow the ball, all the balls. all the balls,
Yeah,
Johnny.
no, that orb she puts out of heal, I can swallow the healing one, but like with the defense matrix.
You like yellow and purple balls. It's okay.
I know. As long as those. No, Diva's defense matrix basically eats both of those up.
Yeah.
But now when she's actually against me right here with the stream, I'm
can't
like,
swallow that.
I'm screwed because I'm like, I don't, other than if
You can't
if I
Kirby.
could,
You can't Kirby the blast.
Exactly.
Only the balls.
Only the balls.
Can't Kirby the blast.
Yeah, so I have to figure out how to get out of there, and basically I just have to get my distance.
Yeah, and then and Diva has that because you can just throw on the rocket jets. And
Unless
just
you
kind
just
of run
use
away.
them.
Yeah, unless you just use them.
But then there's also the flip side of it is you learn how to. When I say learn how to counter them, even their alts.
Let me ask you this then.
No.
And I know that both of us haven't played Brigitte or haven't played against her.
No.
Just looking at her loadout and everything, early on, using your Overwatch tactical mind,
Yes.
what do you think could be some counters to Brigitte?
Counter to Brigitte. I mean, let's see. So she's got the shield. She's got.
I'm thinking Sombra with that. Just get a Sombra behind her,
Hacker.
boom, and then she can't
that's
use her
most-
repair pack. She can't use her
Rocket
shield.
flail.
Well, she wouldn't be able to use the whip shot. She'd be able to
I
use the
flipped those
rocket
around.
flail.
No barrier shield, no repair packs, no whip shot, no bash, no rally.
But how many times are you going to get a Sombra in the heat of the action to hack her?
I mean, if you get someone that's good at Sombra, then that's part of coordinating too. It's like, hey, no, hit her because she's repairing everyone and she's also defending herself. I mean, if you get a decent flank, we got Drac again. He's a second. His first Mercy was his main. Tracer's his second.
Yeah,
you get a good Tracer. Especially
Tracer and Genji are interesting ones that I was actually thinking about.
Yeah,
because
flankers.
The only thing she has to stop those two, and right now, just looking at everything, kind of seems like a lucky shot to me. Is there's a Tracer running around. Let me put up my shield and knock you back.
Yeah,
like that's all you have against those flanking characters. Another thing I think about, because I mainly play Pharah, is. You know how like everyone is like, oh, well, there's a Torb turret. Pharah, get on that.
Yeah.
If there's a Pharah, hey, you playing Pharah, get the hell on that turret. I wonder if it's going to be a similar thing with Brigitte. Like, hey, Pharah, we need you to target Brigitte. However, the thing that I think about is with that rocket flail, since it's going out in distance, or even that whip shot, how far the distance is going to be with, like, my positioning as a Pharah player. How am I going to have to position? Because I don't want it to be, I'm shooting at her, and then they just turn and boom, hit me with that flail, and I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. You'll have to find out what the distance is when she finally comes out there.
Like that's how, like you were saying, Moira affects you. That's how I think Brigitte could affect me as a Pharah player.
Yeah, no, I can understand that because I play a little bit of Pharah myself too. So, I mean, yeah, I can get that because even like the target and turret, you have to figure out your distance, for example.
And you got to figure out how to hide.
Yeah, that too. My other thing with her is I'm gonna have to figure out the best way as a tank duel. I think you've probably been through that at least at some point.
Yeah,
tank v tank, and it's just whoever gets the most damage off, basically off the bat.
No, and that's exactly it. And I'm excited to play her.
Same.
I can't wait until she comes live for us because neither of us are on PC, and I don't even think Dave has played her. I know Dave has Overwatch on PC,
but he hasn't tried it yet.
I don't think so. I don't know if Dave has played Overwatch. I know that he was saying Monster Hunter World was becoming a chore for him. When I talked to him last night.
We'll have to push him into play like maybe an hour of Brigitte for us so we can get some ideas.
Yeah, maybe. Because like neither of us play PC. We're console gamers.
I might be soon.
Any final thoughts on Brigitte before we move on into the DC podcast?
Like I said, I am super excited to try her out. As much as some other people may say, I'm gonna try her as like
I'll try her
sort
too.
of a tank.
I'm
gonna try her sort of tank. I'm gonna make her, like I said, I'm gonna make her a diva Reinhardt combo and see how that goes.
Well, and that's a thing where
I'll adjust. Obviously,
let's try her, and you can use her for whatever you think works best. Like, obviously, you're not going to use her as a damage source, like a DPS.
I'm not going to DPS with her at all, and she's not going to be a flank either.
If you want to try to be more tanky with her, you got to try it. The health pool to me is what I think is going to be interesting.
Yes.
Because she's going to have, if you treat her like a tank, she's got the lowest pool of health.
Yes.
And that's 250 with armor. So, I mean, what's her base going to be without armor? It's 2 bars, so whatever the math is for that, you guys can do that for us. But let us know what you guys think. If you've either played her on the PTR, you haven't, let us know what you think of the new Hero 27 for Overwatch down below in the comment section.
We'll be back with this topic at Hero 28, right?
But Johnny, let's move on into our next topic. And like I mentioned, it's basically the DC podcast from here on out.
Yep.
Basically the DC podcast. And really quick, I was going to save this to the end.
Almost dropped.
But I'm going to do this at the beginning of the Flashpoint topic. Real quick, thoughts on the Shazam costume? Yeah, I was doing my little Harry Potter here. Thoughts on the Shazam costume? We got our first look at Shazam this week.
Yeah, you showed me. I think it's interesting. I would like to see from the front or something,
Yes.
and maybe a little more detail.
It looks very comic booky.
Yes, it does.
Which I am excited about. Also, like Xavier Wood said on one of the podcasts I was listening to, because there's Christmas trees in the background, very Power Man. Are we getting a Jingle All the Way remake with Shazam? Love it. I love Jingle All the Way. But what we are looking at is the Flash. We're looking at Flashpoint. We talked about before, hey, they've got their writers, but now they have their directors. And spoiler alerts, it's the writers. The writers are going to be directing because guess what? The writers we talked about in Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly before, they wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
They also directed, did not put this correlation together, they also directed a movie that we reviewed last week in Game Night. Really good movie. You should go see it. Well, these guys, because of those 2 movies, writing Spider-Man, directing Game Night, they're now writing and directing the Flashpoint movie. The Flashpoint movie. Is DC getting there? Are they getting it right, Johnny? Are they making the right choice with Goldstein and Daly?
They may be getting their shit together.
You think so?
Maybe, at least with this movie.
What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, let's look at both those movies, and I'm even going to go with the point out with the aspect of what our reviews.
What we've reviewed, yeah.
Spider-Man, we both gave it 5s. Thought it was great, and it was
And
really.
Game Night, we both gave it 4s?
Think we both gave it.
I'll double check because I have them written in
I think
Google
we both
sheet.
gave it either. I think we both gave it 4s.
I don't think you gave it a 5.
No. No, we both gave it 4s. It was a really, really good movie.
Yeah, we did.
I would go see it again.
It was both a 4.
Yeah. So I would go see it again. It was hilarious and nice twists. And both of those feelings of those movies, I could think would work perfectly with The Flash.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not like a DC guy like you. I'm not a Flash fan like Dave. But from my knowledge of The Flash, I can see all that working really well with Barry Allen.
I'm kind of curious to see what Dave thinks because Dave was one of those, in case you're new to Rick and Johnny, Dave, he didn't like The Flash from Justice League.
No, he did not.
He thought that it was not true to the comics. And the thing that I'm hearing is that originally the Flashpoint movie was supposed to be, hey, here's Barry against the Rogues. Oh, wait, here's some Reverse Flash. Where I'm hoping, but I'm not totally confident in, because think about Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
The Flash and Spider-Man are very similar. They're the comedic person of the group.
Younger.
They're both younger. They both have tragedy in their life. They both have like that, like in the movies, like Tony Stark for Spider-Man Homecoming, Barry Allen's dad in this one, they both have that father figure that's kind of trying to push them along, as Barry's is from a different perspective, obviously, than Spider-Man's. Even Spider-Man without Tony Stark, it's the kind of Uncle Ben and that kind of, even though Uncle Ben can't talk to him, he's still there to, in thought, kind of influence what he does in protecting Aunt May and stuff like that. But really, I like on paper, I like this. It's kind of like I'm gonna relate it to sports. It's like when a team signs a bunch of free agents, and you're like, man, on paper, this team should win the championship, and then they don't. Like that's still a possibility here, but I'm going off of what we've seen already. Love Spider-Man Homecoming. I'll be honest, a little biased because Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel hero. I really liked Game Night. And what I'm thinking is if they can, directing-wise, not screenplay-wise, we've already talked about that, but directing-wise, if they can pull out the same kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not kind of traits, but the good aspects, the positive aspects from their actors. Like you look at the cast from Game Night. Yeah, they're all pretty good they're all good actors, like Fellmans, Bateman, McAdams. But part of me looks at that movie now and goes, were these directors also good enough to, hey, I'm going to pull this out of this actor.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull these traits out and kind of, because the director is the image for everything. And it's their job to pull out of the actor what they want for their movie.
What's even nice though now is since they're the writing and directing it,
yes,
then they've got
control
written,
over both.
Yeah, what they've written, they can try and pull out of the actors now, saying this is exactly what I imagine. This is what is written.
No misunderstandings.
Exactly.
At all.
Yeah, there's no misunderstandings between the writing and director.
Yes,
because they are all the same thing now.
And you can have a deal where usually. Like, oh, let's change this line. Wait, I gotta ask the writers. Basically, they can go, we wrote it. No, change it. We're doing that. Try this. We're doing that.
Yeah,
and they could do that because like they own the script. Not own, but like they own it because it's their thought.
Yeah,
so they have the I'm assuming DC would give them the creative liberty to change what they wrote.
Yeah,
but
seeing as they wrote it,
here's what I want to ask you though.
Yes,
going back to what I said with. Oh, what I heard, it's the Rogues and then Reverse Flash is kind of in there. Mm-hmm. What would the story be for you if you're doing Flashpoint? Would you do a exact carbon copy of like the animated movie or the comic book? Or would you, hey, we're going to take aspects of this and kind of change it a little bit?
I would say at least stay the general course and like it's the original, the normal Barry Allen and the life and the Reverse Flash has taunted him enough to the point where he goes to change it. By the way, spoilers if none of you have seen any of this or read any of it real quick before I finish it. Basically, yes, Flashpoint Paradox. Spoilers. But what I would say is go with that where he goes to save his mother, changes the whole timeline. Atlantis is at war with Themyscira. Superman had been captured and super thin. Super thin Superman. Batman is Thomas Wayne. I want Thomas Wayne.
I want it all. I want it all.
I want it all.
I do. I truly like.
I want it all.
I feel like the only thing you can. I don't want to say like, oh, change this, change that, but the one thing that I wouldn't do is the way the animated movie started.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that because obviously it wouldn't fit in the DCU where it's like the Rogues were robbing the Flash Museum and then they trapped the Flash in like that goo and he can't vibrate out of it.
You'd have to definitely change that because obviously you don't have a Flash Museum. He's not that high up of a superhero yet.
And really you gotta, like the one thing you have to set up in the beginning for me in the Flashpoint is you gotta give Barry the reason to go back. And part of me feels like as soon as the previews end and the movie starts, give me a scene with young Barry and his mom.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they did in the graphic novel of the whole scene with him and his mom. They're driving and their car breaks down. They're on the side of the road. Give me a scene like, doesn't have to be that exact thing. Give me a scene like that. Set me up with Barry and his mom, because that at its core is Flashpoint. The whole point is I want to go back in time. If I stop my mom from being murdered, then my mom's alive, my dad's out of jail, and everything will be fine.
Now, as of yet, I know there's no even like hints at him having time traveled yet, right? In the anything we have with Flash so far?
There is. The only thing we know right now is what we saw in BVS.
Yes.
Where he comes back, Bruce.
No, I'm saying though that the Flash himself knows our current Flash knows he can time travel.
No. I didn't get that inkling in Justice League.
Well, at least I wouldn't say, because like he's not gonna just automatically think, I'm gonna try and run and try and go back in time. You have to have something that like shows him that, oh shit, I can time travel.
He's got to figure out well, maybe that's it.
I mean, that could be the way he does it, is he happens to go back to that time, and
because you can't have it to where it's like, boom, I can time travel. He's got to
he's got to figure it out.
The thing too that makes it not tricky but interesting is the fact that the Flash and the Flashpoint paradox is totally different than the Flash we have now. And it's not just the criticisms that I know Dave has. It's just where they are in their Flash careers.
Yes.
Where in Flashpoint Paradox, the animated series, the Flash is the Flash. And he knows about the Speed Force, and he doesn't have to question anything. Whereas the Barry Allen we have right now, even in Justice League, it was like, hey, I'm still learning things.
Fairly,
like I'm still trying to
feet still.
I'm trying to wrap my head around these powers that I have.
Yeah.
These running really fast powers that I have. That to me is I'm wondering where the Rogues play. This is what I would do.
Yeah.
The Rogues play a part in the beginning, kind of where the beginning. Give me a scene with his mom to kind of set everything up, but it's one of those things where we saw it and it's gone.
Set up the feels
to where you're like, I wonder if that's going to come back later, which it will.
Yeah,
but
obviously
we're going to set up the feels, like you said. Then right after that scene, Barry's in the action against the Rogues.
Yeah,
like something in the city where the Rogues are doing something. He's got to stop Captain Cold or Mirror Man or something,
or a combination.
Then it kind of like the first part of the movie is him learning about these powers. Obviously, you're going to have other people from the Justice League in this movie. I don't know if you have them in there. Maybe you do. Maybe you have because Flashpoint's all about the thing that I loved most about it. You saw the characters at the beginning. You saw how they changed when Barry changed the timeline. Then you saw them again at the end. Yeah. And I think you need that. So I would have the characters in there in the beginning at some point. Then have him change everything. However, how he learns about the Speed Force to change time. Maybe he's just in his lab and he's like, holy crap. What if I try this? I can try to go back in time. And then he tries to do it. That fucks everything up, obviously. And then it's like you learn about, the Reverse Flash. Like, who's this guy? What's he doing? And then you get the Reverse Flash in there to be the main villain throughout the rest of the movie.
What I was going to throw out.
And Thomas Wayne.
What I was going to throw
only if it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan or bust.
Yeah. Or else I don't want him.
Hashtag Jeffrey D. Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
I don't want a half-ass product. You hear what I'm saying, DC? I don't want a half-ass product. But go ahead with what you were going to say.
Switch it up a little bit. He doesn't test down his lab or find out in his lab. He's going up against the Rogues. I mean, we can push it down the timeline where he's okay. Now that he's become a hero, sort of now that he's got the taste for saving people and knows what to do. He's already been doing this for a little bit now. He's gone up against Captain Cold by himself, against Mirror Master, or is it Mirror? It's Mirror Master, right?
I think so.
Anyways, he's gone up against him by himself. Heatwave, I think, is one.
Yep.
Gone against him by himself, but
it's Mirror Master.
Mirror Master. Okay, that's what I thought. So what he's gonna do now is that they all team up. At some point, all the villains team up in some combination, right? So this is the fight that he has, we get thrown into in a sense.
Is it weird that both the directors we're talking about now, that their superhero experience is going to be with two guys who their villains are either the Rogues or Rogues? Because Spider-Man, what do they call his villains? The Rogue of villain, his Rogues of villains.
Sinister Six.
Well, Sinister Six, no, but I'm talking about the
I know.
Entire
Rogue
catalog
Gallery,
is the
that.
Rogue Cat. Yeah, the Rogue Gallery for Spider-Man. That just clicked in my head.
That's weird.
Holy crap! Both of them are
weird correlations.
It's very weird.
But no, what I'm saying is during that fight,
Gorilla Grodd. Yeah. I don't know if we'd get a Gorilla Grodd. That'd be like Pied Piper.
Yeah.
Trickster.
I would say more so
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang. Come on. Yes, please.
We saw him in Suicide Squad.
Let's recast Captain Boomerang. Actually, no, I like that Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I was going to say he was in Suicide Squad.
No, he was good.
Correct?
I was thinking about someone else
You're
from the movie.
You're thinking about the Joker.
No, well, that too. I didn't like the guy with the knots and stuff like that.
The knots.
Killed off real quickly.
Oh, yeah. He's dead.
Yeah.
The guy that
so
got
spoilers.
Got his head blown off trying to run away.
At this point, if it's spoilers, that's your fault.
Yeah. For
Suicide Squad.
Oh, man. We're not spoiling Suicide Squad 2, though. That's completely different.
Exactly. But why
they're making
what I was saying, during that fight, maybe something goes awry, and he's like, has maybe one villain he's just running as fast as he can, and just start like...
or just boom, and where'd he go?
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Exactly. And well, that's what I'm saying, like the electricity, and then all of a sudden,
and he just disappears.
Like 20 seconds or something before that, just like just the amount of time like to switch everything up, because he like to know like, oh shit, this has already happened. And that's when Barry finds out I can time travel.
Then what you could also do is, I like that. I'm going to play off of it.
Yep, go for it.
He's doing something. He's running really fast. Boom. Where did he go? Now he's in an alternate timeline, which you could set up the Jeffrey Dean Morgan Batman still. But how does he learn about everything then? The Reverse Flash. So hear me out here.
Okay.
You're basically, it's one of those movies where the hero is confused and they learn about what is happening through the antagonist, through the enemy. So he's in a new world, and then what you could do, very much like what you did in the Flashpoint Paradox. Hear me out here.
I got
Hear me
something
out.
to throw on there.
He, boom, goes back, and it's like, where am I? Boom, the new Joker. Like, and it's like, holy shit, what? Oh, there's Batman. Let me go help him. And then you get that scene with Thomas and Martha. Or not Thomas, Martha yet. The new Harley Quinn.
Yo-Yo.
And, Yo-Yo and the Thomas Wayne Batman. And then it's like, so after that, he learns then from Thomas Wayne where he is. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I got to kind of twist this a little bit. In the Flashpoint Paradox, when he goes back, you'd still do the thing of, I'm back. Wait, let me go run. What? Why am I not going? Where's my... He loses it.
Yeah.
You'd still have him lose it, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
I would think so.
Maybe it's like, boom, he's gone, and then he kind of like wakes up, and it's like, where am I? Holy crap, everything looks different. Kind of like he blacked out almost, kind of a thing. But then you throw him into that. He learns from Thomas Wayne where he is. Holy crap. Does the whole Thomas Wayne thing to get his powers back. But then from Thawne and the Reverse Flash, throughout this process of the timeline he's in, he learns about the time travel part of it through after he gets his powers back, going up against the Reverse Flash. Because the Reverse Flash is supposed to be stronger than Barry.
Yeah. Well, faster. But
faster, and has time traveled many times before Barry has.
I would switch up a little bit what you're saying. I would say the first time he does, at least from what I'm getting what you're saying, first time he does it, accident, only like a few minutes of time travel. Realizes, oh shit, I can time travel. And then that's where it comes in the thing before.
I would say he doesn't even realize it. He just... Well, no. It's one of those things where he blacks out, but then wakes up in a different time.
Yeah, but like Thomas Wayne isn't going to know.
No, Thomas Wayne is telling him what time period he's in. Oh, like, he learns from Thomas Wayne what's going on in the world, what universe am I in right now.
Yeah, but that would...
And that's where he figures out, holy crap, I'm not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Yeah, see, that's what the vibe I was really getting from you with that. I would go with more of a Barry finds it out and goes, wait. And that's where it ties into that showing the mother and Barry thing is going, wait. Like, you could almost make it, if you wanted, make it a memory he was having.
Get this.
And then go.
Learns from Thomas Wayne just through talking about him. Wait, if I'm in a different timeline, that means... And then goes
to me
to try to see if his mom is there, and his mom is alive.
What my thing would I would make it so Barry figures it out and then thinks about, because that more shows like the same reasoning in Flashpoint Paradox. Yeah, and maybe the comic. I don't know.
Because if we go back to, and this is me just using the source material to throw it in there, comic in Flashpoint Paradox is when he travels back in time, he goes to because you have that classic scene where he's at the police station doing his normal job. Oh, there's Iris. Like, let me... Because him and Iris were in a relationship.
She's got kids.
Oh, crap. Like, she has kids and a husband? That's
kissing.
Not right? And then he walks outside, and it's like, Mom? Like, that's the...
Yeah,
I remember
that's exactly
that
what
panel
happened.
seeing, Mom? Like, holy crap, you're alive kind of a thing?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that same element some point in him going back, like, holy crap, my mom's alive.
Well, that's what happens in the thing, is he knows he's going back in time to save her.
Yeah.
Which is what I would think is like...
So we're still going with the no, or are we going with, like, what you threw out, where he's going up against the rogues, and then, boom, he just goes back?
No, I didn't say that. What I said was...
Because that's the vibe I got off of
What
you.
I said, he goes back, like... a few minutes.
So you're saying he learns about it and then looks into it to premeditate
and save his mom.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, is because
now I'm on the same page. I thought you were saying he's going up against Captain Cold and trying to run
that's what
really
I said
fast.
a few minutes back.
Yeah, I was trying. I just went off of it. So okay.
Yeah. So
he premeditatively is going to go back, though.
Yes, I premeditated. What I'm saying is that first he does it like in that big fight with them.
That's how he learns he can
do it. Only a few minutes to like alter what happened.
Yeah.
And goes, because like at that point he's like, oh shit, he's gonna shoot this way. He's gonna shoot this way.
Here's one thing I want to.
And then he's going to later on remember like that. What I just real quick at the end of this part, the thing you threw in the beginning I like, because then you can make that a memory, and then you know he's thinking about his mom still.
Well, also you got the whole thing to play with, and they do this in the comics and stuff. Of the longer he is there, the more starts his forgetting things, because then he's becoming a part of this new multiverse.
Yeah, multiverse.
Yeah. He's becoming more of a part of it. So holy shit, I'm forgetting about everything that I'm doing. Then it makes Thomas want to send him back, because holy crap, I can't let him. I don't want Bruce's memory to be like Bruce then dies in Thomas Wayne's mind, because it's like, great, now you think he's dead too.
Yeah.
Because I think he's dead, but you actually know that he's alive.
In another universe.
One of the last things I want to ask you, though, is when it comes down to Wonder Woman and Aquaman's role in this, if Aquaman is in it, because I don't think right now, I think what they're thinking is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are all going to be in this because they have another movie on their contract. Here's what I want to ask you.
Okay.
Do you go with, if it's you directing, you writing, if you're Goldstein or Daly, do you put in the Atlantis-Amazon war, or do you do something a little different with those characters? Because I love it. I would do it almost exactly the same. Give me that Amazon-Atlantis war.
I would love the war. Just you don't have to go as scale as they did in the. Yeah, I'm gonna just say
destroying
the cartoon.
London.
I mean, you can have even that. I mean, you just don't have to go as scale as like making
to where it's most of the movie.
Yeah. You can make it a chunk of the movie, but I would love to have that war in there, even if it's like kind of in the background.
Because that was
like, the big part of that is the Flash. The Flash should be the focal point of it.
Also, it's how everything fucking changes with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how you can really fuck up a timeline with one change.
Well, and also the thing that I like about this, and this will be the last point that I make, this movie done correctly can kind of reboot or it could reboot or retcon some stuff that maybe they want to change. Because one of the big things is the Nightwing movie. That's on the back burner. They say they want to do a Cyborg movie. They say they want to do the Batman. There's rumors of Matt Reeves leaving the Batman project. Joss Whedon just left the Batgirl project. Here's one last thing I want to ask you, and this is, I was listening to the Kind of Funny morning show with Greg Miller and Xavier Woods, and Greg Miller said something along the lines of, I hope I'm getting it right, and I hope I remember it right, of basically, I think it was maybe like Wonder Woman or Flashpoint or one of the movies, and he goes, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, right when they get to that movie, if they just announced, yeah, we're done. We're done making DC movies. We can't keep doing this. We're done. We might make like a Batman movie here, a Superman movie.
There's no more DCEU.
Here. No consistent Superman. Do you think we would ever get to that point with the DC? To where they say, fuck it, the universe is dead?
If they keep, like, if they don't get anything better than Batman, or not, well, that would have been a bad
Batman
one.
v. No. We've already gotten things better than that, Johnny.
No, if we don't get anything better than Justice League, if like they keep going down tier, instead of like hitting it like Wonder Woman did or hitting it even like Justice League did, they may start considering that. It's like, you know what? We're not making the money we think we would on this. People are not enjoying this. We should probably just not make a universe.
Mm-hmm. The joke I was going to make when you almost said better than BVS, I think I made something better than that this morning when I went to the bathroom when I woke up. But this is when you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below in that comment section. What do you think about the directors, the writers and directors, because now they're the same guys, for the Flashpoint movie, and what would you do for Flashpoint? Let us know down below in the comment section. But Johnny, let's move on into our last topic, and what we're looking at here is a little Wonder Woman news.
Just a little?
Yeah, just a little. There's usually when we talk about castings with DC, I have questions because of the decisions that they have made in the past, but it looks like that for sure that Cheetah is going to be in Wonder Woman 2, but more importantly, it looks like DC may have found their leading role to play the villainous role for Wonder Woman 2. So, Cheetah going to be in the movie. Originally, the role was offered to Emma Stone. Emma Stone was apparently, and I'm looking at Screen Rant for that, she was apparently offered the role first. She declined it. And the exact quote is, per Variety's Justin Kroll, the role of Cheetah was originally offered to Emma Stone as previously reported. But when the actress passed, Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman 1 and now Wonder Woman 2, personally picked Kristen Wiig. So I want to ask you the Marvel side of things. I know I'm more the DC guy, but what do you think of this? Is Kristen Wiig really the right choice to play Cheetah?
Cheetah, the actual villain with powers and stuff like that, I don't know. I mean, I look at her roles, and it's a lot of comedies. And from the comedies I've seen her in, she's more of that shy type. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
So, I mean, I could see her playing, from what I've seen her in, I can see her playing pre-Cheetah, like, you know, how she was an archaeologist or something like that.
I believe so.
Of some sort. Or
not really. Right now, I'm not really up to snuff with the Cheetah origin story.
What the heck, Ricky? You're supposed to be the DC
I just
guy.
know Cheetah and what she, like, how I've seen her because I've never seen an origin for her. But, yeah, my big gripe with it is that, yes, Cheetah has a certain comedy aspect to it.
Yes, she does.
To where it's kind of like, she's got to have the right back and forth with Wonder Woman, where it's kind of like not campy whips, but it's like being able to throw insults that are funny at a Wonder Woman, at a Diana. And right now, I don't think that Kristen Wiig is the right role. That's what I think right now. I can be proven wrong.
Maybe.
I would love to be proven wrong. I just don't think that, because most of the comedic roles we've seen her in of recently have been, except for like Last Man on Earth, which is also a TV series, most of the ones that I look at is she's going to be in How to Train Your Dragon 3, animated, Despicable Me 3, animated, Masterminds. Well, Masterminds, I was thinking a different one. Masterminds is not. So Masterminds and Ghostbusters then are not animated, but then she was in Sausage Party, which is animated. Yeah. So part of me feels like is most of her comedic gold from the animated side, but then also, is she going to be able to have that mix of serious and comedy? Because like a Masterminds or a Ghostbusters, not very serious. However, she has been, I want to say, she was in Mother, she was in The Martian. So she's had some experience in the serious side, but is she going to be able to kind of play both? She was also in Downsizing, which I heard was not very good of a movie. Yes, Bridesmaids as well. I'm just not sure that she is the right role, the right person for Cheetah. She may be able to hit the comedy side, but will she be able to hit that mix of serious and comedy? And also look the part of Cheetah.
Yeah, that's going to be the issue. I mean, that's something you and I also always talk about is like kind of looking your role at least. I mean, just going to say it. Marvel's done a fantastic job of picking their people to play their characters.
Well, I mean, and you could also do it like Andy Serkis to where, like, if if you really needed to, you could basically Caesar him or Gollum him to where it's like, hey, you know what? We don't need you. We can CGI it. But with DC and their CGI, do you really trust that after Mustache Gate? After Mustache Gate, do you really trust their CGI capabilities?
No, not
this. I didn't notice it.
I didn't notice it.
Everyone else did.
But I mean, if it's that big of a gripe,
yes, I would stay away from the CGI if I was DC.
As much as possible. I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, you're making someone look half Cheetah.
And like the thing that I was even thinking about is even like Emma Stone when like she passed on it. I don't even know if Emma Stone would have been the right person to play Cheetah.
I don't know. I just like both of them. I can see potential. They have some aspects of it, but like I said, I can see. I don't know. I guess the character's name before being Cheetah is named Barbara Ann Minerva, and then she is an archaeologist. I was right about that, surprisingly. I mean, maybe she has like some of that aspect to her before she gets the Cheetah powers via something. I forget what it is. Let's see. Barbara is able to transform into the Cheetah in each man. Blah blah blah. Whatever it was. Maybe she had that like attitude beforehand and that Cheetah thing. Obviously, a lot of the villains when they have their accident, it alters their mind too. Look at Poison Ivy. She was more timid beforehand, was she not?
A little bit, yeah. Before she learned to be Poison Ivy.
Yeah. Or there's other ones too.
I'm trying to think. So here's what I'm going through right now. I am going to throw some people out at you, and yet when we do this, it's not going to be an 100% stick. I am going to have to describe who some of these people are, but I am looking at the website is bamsmackpow.com. They're from the Fansided Network.
Okay.
And they did an article of 6 other actresses they would like to see as Cheetah. And the first one that they have up, and the first name I'm going to throw out there is Hema Artrenton. And you might know her from, she was in Prince of Persia. She was in Clash of the Titans. She was in Quantum of Solace, the James Bond film. Ones that she did recently, I think the recent big one was the Prince of Persia. So she hasn't been in anything huge since like 2010, maybe.
What was the last name?
It was Trent. It's Arterton. She's the number, and I'm starting number 1. She's the number 1 choice. They have her on the list. Number 2, they go to Rebecca Ferguson, where she missed out. She was almost Black Widow. She's Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, is that one. They also have, and none of these I would say are huge names. They have Clarice Trenton, which Max Fury or Mad Max Fury Road, I believe. Rosamund Pike, they have her on the list. She's best known for, I'm trying to look right now, Gone Girl. You also have the last few. One's an MMA fighter, so I know that. This one we should all know, Keira Knightley. And then Gina Carano, I hope I said that right. Basically, I believe she's an MMA fighter, I believe. But the former MMA fighter made her acting debut in 1929 with Blood and Born. Most of these actresses that they list, except for like Keira Knightley on my radar, is not like a holy shit. It's not like, oh my God, Lindsay Lohan is Batgirl. Like, it's not, to me, that name that every household person knows.
Yeah.
That's why, to me, I'm like, I look at this list and I go, all right, might be good. The interesting one to me was Keira Knightley.
That
because,
is interesting.
Really, what has she been in that hasn't been Pirates of the Caribbean? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been in things other than Pirates of the Caribbean, but really that's what we know her for. Is she was in
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice back in the day. She was in the Intimidation game from 2014, but really it's Keira Knightley from
Pirates of the
Caribbean. Do you have any actress off your head that if they didn't go with Wiig, that you would say, yeah, I'd look at this person to play Cheetah?
I wish I knew more about Cheetah. Otherwise, maybe I would.
I'll tell you this. This is the basis that you go on. This is what I want.
Okay.
I want someone who can play a villainous role, has a comedic side that can throw back and forth with our hero. And basically, that's all I'm looking for. Someone who can play a villainous role and have that comedy side.
Yeah, that's what it's hard for me to figure out.
And you know what that hits?
Aspects.
Hits a lot of people.
It does.
It hits a lot of actresses in the biz.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of who, I'm trying to think of someone who can do both those roles. But it's hard to figure out someone that I...
And the interesting thing about it for me is like Batgirl or Poison Ivy or Catwoman. I don't know if it's because, and of course I name all Batman villains and females, but maybe it's because those are more, I don't want to say household names. Maybe because we're more familiar to those roles.
I think, we are.
Are we really not as familiar? And I'm talking we as like the general, unless you're like a huge Wonder Woman fan. As a public, are we really familiar with Cheetah enough to be like, that's who should play her?
Yeah.
Or unless it's like, like how I feel how this is going to go, I assume Kristen Wiig is going to take the job because if the director strongly suggests, usually it's going to happen. But here's where I'm sitting right now. If she takes the part, I'm not going to be excited about it. Well, that sounds really bad. I'm not going to be excited about it because I'm going to be nervous.
Yes.
I'm going to be nervous because I'm going to have questions about it. However, it's kind of a Jeff Johns situation for me. In Patty Jenkins, I trust.
Yes.
Patty Jenkins did an amazing job with the Wonder Woman movie. With her track record so far with Wonder Woman, who am I to say, nope, Patty Jenkins is wrong? And that's the war that happens in me, to where I'm like, I don't agree with this choice. Yeah, but Patty Jenkins has proven that she can make the right choices.
Yeah.
Knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, sit down. That's why you're not making all the money that Patty Jenkins is making. You sit your ass down. Let me direct the movie.
I think I said this earlier. I can see potential, but again, I know she does the timid comedic stuff, but I've never seen her
except for Despicable Me. She wasn't timid, but she's
behind
it was a voice.
It was a voice. It wasn't. So maybe she can. But I mean, I also didn't see Despicable Me 3.
Yeah, and also, who are we to? How many times have we said man, that actress and that actor ain't going to be able to play this role, and then you walk out of the movie going, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes,
I was pleasantly surprised by that guy.
Well, for a long time I never doubted Marvel because it's. I mean, first actor they pick hit nail on the head.
Yeah, with Iron Man and Robert Downey.
Yes.
Did you ever question a Marvel casting?
I don't think I have.
Or have you ever had one to where it's like, well, I don't really agree with that, but in Marvel I trust?
For the most part, the only one that it took them, and I'll admit it took them a while to get it, is Bruce Banner.
Yes.
When they
Edward Norton.
They did Edward Norton. I'm like, he does not hit me as Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
But as soon as they okay, we're going Mark Ruffalo. I'm like, okay, that's Bruce Banner.
Did Ruffalo hit you as Banner right away, though?
Yes.
When we got him in that cut scene of him in the chair talking to Tony. That was the first time we saw Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, wasn't it?
No, first time we saw Ruffalo as Bruce Banner is the Avengers.
No, wasn't the after credits?
After credit scene was from Iron Man 3 when he's talking to him sitting in a chair.
And that was after the Avengers?
That was after the Avengers. Iron Man 3 came after the Avengers.
That's right. Iron Man 3 started phase 2, and that was after the Avengers.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah,
first time we got it. They're all running together.
He put it together right, and he acted sort of timid, but he's at the point where it's like, oh, okay, I can kind of control and get Hulk to come out, but I'm not very good at controlling it. So he had that conflict going on, and I liked it. I think he did a great job.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to think back with the.
I mean, it's that, and we had Eric Bana as well.
Yeah, we did it, but that's not MCU.
That wasn't MCU.
I'm trying to think even like, and DC has, I think another thing that plays into it.
Yeah.
They have so many times where it's like, why did you cast him? Why did you cast this person as that? Like the one that we love to harp on, the Joker.
Yes.
Why did you cast Jared Leto as the Joker? Like going into it, that was a time where we were like, well, let's see what happens. It's Jared Leto. Maybe he does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Then we saw the movie and go, why did we do like, why did we do that? Why did we do that?
Why did you let
way?
him take those liberties?
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm not going to be like, boycott Wonder Woman 2. Or
no, definitely not.
And that mad if Kristen Wiig gets the role, but it's like it's one of those things where I just look at it and go,
he's going to be nervous.
I'm going to be very nervous. Like, come on, DC has not. I was not nervous after Wonder Woman, and what do they immediately do? Make me nervous. It's like, come on, you just won me over.
And then Justice League.
Why do you got to make me nervous again? And I mean, this is a DC problem. Like, they got to fix their shit. And like I was saying in the last segment, does the prediction that I heard with Greg Miller of they stopped doing DCU movies? I don't know. Maybe they do. Any final thoughts on Wonder Woman 2 and Cheetah?
I just hope that they do a good job, and I will have to do my homework to see, because
we're going to be talking about Cheetah quite a bit as this movie ramps up.
Yeah, well, only because I want to know. I got to figure out, like we know with Tony Stark, Captain America, we know their personality. We know Batman's personality. I want to know Cheetah's personality in order to know who to pick for her.
Because we're going to get this, and really, we're getting this movie in 2019.
Yes.
And right now, the only people on the IMDb page is obviously Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig, rumored to be Cheetah. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below of the rumor that Kristen Wiig will be our Cheetah for Wonder Woman 2. And if you don't agree with her being Wonder Woman, let us know a name that you would throw out for Cheetah. Because like I said, this was one where it was very... Usually, if it's a part, I can give you at least one actor or actress in this case that I would want to see in the part. However, the thing that I'm kind of weary about is just, I don't have that person. And it kind of makes me a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little hesitant because, like I said, usually I have that. However, Johnny, I know this is going to be after the fact, but I want to get your prediction. This is going to be way after the fact. For Blog Talk Radio is going to hear it the day after. YouTube's going to hear it almost a week after. Rapid fire. I'm asking you one question. You're giving me your prediction.
Okay.
Who's going to win Best Picture tonight? Is it going to be Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, or Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri?
I'm going to throw out Dunkirk.
Dunkirk? I'm going to go Get Out.
Okay.
I'm going to go shocker, horror film, winning Best Picture this year at the Oscars. Thank you guys for checking this out. Little housekeeping here at the end. Number one, patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. That's where you go and support the channel. Also, you can click that store link, get that MVP t-shirt that you see me wearing right now for you guys on this podcast. I'm sorry, audio listeners. Still an awesome shirt. You can go check it out. Also, go and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes and Apple Podcast, as my body decided to, hey, Ricky, we're going to have some air come up your throat as you try to talk. So that's where that happened. So 5-star rating on iTunes and Apple Podcast. And last but not least, go ahead and bookmark Most Valuable Podcast. That's where you're going to get everything for MVP each and every day. Want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Want to thank you guys for listening to us on podcast services around the world. But as always, have a good day, everybody.